It's another edition with AM Whiskey. I'm Mark. That's no tater available, Ron. Wait, no tater? Is that what that says? What does that say?
That's tater hater. That's the tater
hater, Ron. We'd like to welcome you to today's edition, live from the AM Whiskey Studios. It's going to be our value rye of the year.
No, it is not.
Not value rye?
It's going to be our value bourbon of the year.
Value bourbon?
Yes.
Ooh, even better. I like bourbon better than rye.
Value bourbon of the year.
Value bourbon of the year. Now, how do we do this? How do we come up with this list, Aaron?
These are going to be bottles that we thought throughout the year, they're not the cheapest bottles. That's not how we're doing value. We're looking at this as the whiskey connoisseur who wants to get a good bottle for a good price. We did try to stick to bottles that were newer releases this year or new to us this year. There's always going to be those standard releases that people are going to love. Your old Granddad 114s, your benchmark line. Everybody knows those. Those are great value. There's lots of them. But those are year in, year out. So we tried to focus on some releases that were new this year, or at least that we had never tried, and they provided good value. Now all of these are sub $60 bottles and available. That was the big thing. They had to be available. So I'm going to kick this off with a new release this year. And that's the Bardstown High Wheat Recipe. That
was good. That's rock solid.
It's good. Especially if you like wheaters, definitely good. But this is because of the high rye mash bill. It gives a unique flavor to it for $50. I think it's one of the best in the Bardstown series, and I believe this is part of their origin series, so it's all Bardstown juice. Very good.
I like it. I'll see your Bardstown, and I'll give you a little Green River Foolproof. Whoa, kind of a newer thing this year that came out with a foolproof. Talk about bang for buck. I mean, you're talking a $40, $50 or so, maybe $60 bottle, foolproof, full of flavor, just slap your mama good.
Yeah, it's an outstanding bottle, especially for that price range. Love it. Next one I got here, also a new release and probably the cheapest bottle on here, but it's Jim Beam's Winter Reserve. Never seen this before. I am a Jim Beam fan, but it's usually their higher dollar, higher aged items that I like. Saw a bunch of reviews for this. Everybody said it was really good for a $20 bottle, $20-ish bottle. Solid. It's what we have in our glass. Can't go wrong.
It's really good. For the Beam profile, it's really good. I know what a tater hater hat looks like, but I don't know what an old Jim Beam hat would look like. Or an old Jim Beam whiskey lover hat would look like. I gotta have to try to find one for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
On to the next bottle. It's a new release this year. It's James Pepper, the Decanter series. A really, really, really rock solid flavor profile. A little bit spicier. It's got that higher rye mash bill. Comes across a little different. It's available now. When it first came out, it was really hard to find, but it's been hitting shelves and sticking around a little bit, right? It doesn't. It's not on the sweeter side. It's more complex. It's more full flavor, but for that $50 or $60, it's pretty valuable. It's pretty good.
It's solid, and yeah, I'm seeing it everywhere now, so very good. The last bottle I have, and if you watched a recent episode, you might know what it is. Coming in at barrel proof, it's the Cedar Ridge. I mean, listen, we tried this based on hearing good things about it on Whiskey Tube, and decided to give it a try, and holy cow, we were not disappointed. This was a really good bottle. It was more of the tater flavor profile, but man, it did it well. And for $50, again, barrel proof, you can't go wrong. If you're not checking out Cedar Ridge, you need to start.
Has anybody ever noticed that I always smile whenever he says the tater profile is good in the same sentence? Oh, it's glorious, just glorious. Last but not least, so it's a special release this year, but supposedly, rumor-wise, might become shelf stable. It's a $50 bottle. And it is.
We're seeing these everywhere when it first came
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you wanted to get it, you could get it.
Oh, yeah, it was a huge release. I'm still seeing a few of them drop here and there. Wild Turkey 70th edition. And so, you know, it's 8-year-old Wild Turkey. It's really nice. It's round. It's complex. And it's supposed to maybe become shelf stable at some point in time. It's worth the money. It's much better than normal 101. And I think for that 40 or $45, it's totally worth it.
Well, they say that this is Jimmy Russell's favorite bourbon right here is an 8-year 101 proof bourbon, which is why for his 70th anniversary they decided to release that. Again, it was widely available and is supposed to be shelf stable moving forward. So
excellent.
This is our list of the best value ryes that we thought came out this year. And yes, we know there's lots of other value ryes that are great.
Stop. You're marking it. You just said value rise twice.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Maria! He crossed the streams.
Yeah, well, we'll just...
Value bourbons. These are the value bourbons that we thought that came out this year, that rocked it, that punch at least at their price point or above, along with all the great shelf-stable bottles you know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment that these are not ryes, they are bourbons. I messed up.
And tell us what your favorite value are. Have you had some of these newer releases, or do you stick with some of those classics? Let us know.
And until then, keep the whiskey flowing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Pretty darn good.